Pretty much in the last video we covered off about the benefits and the downsides to starting a business as an individual. And just to summarise, the benefits are that it's quite cheap to get it up and running. The downsides are is that you're personally liable for everything, and also any income that you earn as an individual, you actually get taxed as an individual. So companies get taxed at a flat rate of 30 cents. You as an individual get taxed on a progressive basis, and at the top marginal rate, given the new changes in the budget, you could be paying up to 48.5 cents in the dollar. So this time I want to talk about partnerships, which is another way in which the people can start a business. Now, generally, I don't know about you, but I had a couple of good mates at high school and we thought we'd have a crack at a business. And so you say, oh, well, let's do it as a partnership. Did we really understand what that meant legally? Not at all. And I know some friends of mine have had some personal experience with some really good friends, and then all of a sudden it kind of falls apart, but it still lingers around with the tax department. So what a partnership actually does is it's two people coming together with an agreement to do business, okay? So now look, this can sometimes work when you've got friends, and often it works in a relationship where you've got a husband and a wife, and the husband or the wife might be a tradesperson. So you've got one person doing the work and you've got the other person doing the books or running the business and organising stuff. Again, like having an individual business, an ABN or a sole trader, this is now called a partnership. So it has its own ABN, but the income comes into the partnership and the income gets distributed to each partner based on the rules. So you have a partnership agreement. Now, as a default, it goes 50-50, right? What's the downsides to a partnership? Well, one of my clients, when his partner decided didn't want to be in it anymore, they didn't finish all the paperwork. So remember how I said in the sole trader video that you're personally responsible for anything that happens in the business? Well, in a partnership, not only are you personally responsible for your actions, but you're actually personally responsible for the other girls' actions. So, they could be having a bit of a bad day or a bad week, and you become personally liable for everything that they've actually done. Pretty scary stuff. But the good things about a partnership: cheap, easy, get it cracking straight away. Bad things about a partnership: unlimited liability. Again, the taxes get split between the two people, so it's at your marginal rate. And where I see things gone wrong in the past is people don't have a proper game plan, right? The same thing as shareholders in a company. Basically, we agree to play soccer, and then 2 years later, somebody turns up with a rugby ball. And it's like, what are you doing? We're playing soccer. Are we? Where was that written down? So a lot of things that we see is that people don't solidify exactly what they're doing and the rules. Who's supposed to be doing this and who's supposed to be doing what? Partnerships have their place. It's easy, but it all depends on the person. And that's pretty much it. Where a partnership would work in a lot of situations, one, as a small startup where there's low risk. So you and a friend, you put some money in, or he's a graphic, or he or she's a graphic designer, or you're an accountant and they're they're whatever they are, and then you come together. It's still a formal relationship, but where the risk is low, where they actually can't go out and get loans, because even if they get loans, credit cards from the bank, you're personally liable as well as them. And what's even scary, they could go bankrupt. Guess what? The whole debt comes to you. The whole debt comes to you. So you both can be bankrupt and, sitting in the curb together. So once again, biggest risk is about going bankrupt. It's on your record forever. Where it does work would be like a husband and wife, plumber, small tradie, where you've got absolute control over what you've got, and you've got insurances to cover your work. So at the point where you really want to start looking at the next step, it's about protecting your personal assets, and it's about legally reducing your tax, or having the ability to be flexible about further investment because of the way in which you've set up your business. So when you start to earn as an individual over 180,000, you pay nearly 48.5% now if the budget goes through. So what that means is, let's say the plumbing business is making $360,000, both mum and dad are both paying 48.5 cents. It's gone. It's gone through. If they move it into a company situation, the company pays a rate of tax at 30% and then has the ability to stream income to these guys over the course of the next couple of years, or use the money in the company to go and make further investments, but they've only paid 30% tax. So, as I said, partnership's good, but the next stage would be, and also your size. Because once you start having employees as well, your ability to get sued by being an employer is massive. There's sexual harassment claims, there's workplace safety, you've got workers' compensation insurance, you've got all these other things that you need to worry about when you start employing staff. So probably the triggers would be the level of income that you've got, the riskiness of the business that you're doing, whether or not you're bringing in staff or not, and basically, the size of the operation. Look, if you ask me on the immediate, look, I want to set up my business right from scratch, from day one, I'd say that's fantastic, but it depends on where the business is going to be in the future, because I may say to you sole trader, I may say partnership, I may say company, and I may say having a trust as a shareholder. So the question is, I'd love to sell everybody everything and give you the Rolls Royce, but there's no need to have that Rolls Royce if you're just going up to the shops and back. So it does depend on each sort of person, but what we need to do, the most important question is to ask your client, or for me to ask you, where are we heading with this? How big are we going to get it? What's your goals and what's your exit? And based on that, and what's your risk profile? And based on that, I'll tailor a solution that works for you.